Let's make the bass from Kanye West and Ty Dolla Sign's Good Don't Die. So the instrument we're going to use for this one is Logic's ES1 synthesizer. If you're not using ES1 for bass, you're sleeping. We're going to load in a preset. We'll go to synth bass and we'll go to the deep bass preset as a starting point. And it sounds like this. The first thing we want to change is the oscillator that is being played in ES1. So we're going to go from the sawtooth over to a square wave. But we're going to do an offset square wave. So let's get a little deeper and a little bit more growlier. We're just going to pull this up and listen what it sounds like as we pull this slider up. All right, next thing we're going to do is we're going to go over to our cutoff and we're going to pull it up to make it brighter. Now this bass is really heavy, so we want a lot of drive in it. We're going to pull up the drive to its full capacity. We're going to remove the little bit of resonance that's there. And then lastly, we're just going to pull up the attack to make it softer. So in the main track, there is some side chaining. It's listening to the kick and you could hear it bounce a little bit. So what we're gonna do for that is we're gonna bring in a plugin called Ducka by yours truly. It is a side chaining plugin, a really easy and straightforward one. All we gotta do is really set our punch mode. And for this mode, I'm gonna go to Happy Kick 808. It's basically a preset that allows your kick to sit nicely on top of an 808 or bass sound, really nice and tightly. We're gonna go over to our sidechain and listen to our instrument, which is the Kick Don't Die or the kick track. And then all we gotta do is pull up our knob over here. So if we go ahead and solo out our kick and our bass. See, that's way too much. So we wanna pull this back. We wanna be subtle here. So if we take a listen to it now with it off, you'll hear how static it is. If we turn it on, it has a little bit of that dynamics that you hear in the original track. The next thing we want to do is bring in Logic's Exciter. So we're going to go to Specialize Exciter. And what we want to do here is give it more of like a darker growly tone. So we're going to pull this down. So I just don't want to slide it to a random number. I'm going to slide it to the keys root note, which is G. Now, I don't know the notes off the top of my head, but I'm on the site right here and it gives us the frequency value when stuff is tuned to 440. So I'm just going to find G. So I want to be around let's say around like the 300 range. Let's go back to there. We'll find our G. That's around 300. So G3 is 196. And then let's see, G4 is 392. So we're going to go over here and we could just type in 392. So now we set our exciter to be the same note or frequency as the song key, which is G. And I'm going to go ahead and pull up the harmonics. But once again, we want to keep things subtle here. So it kind of gives it more of that growl. It up. And then last but not least, we're going to bring in an EQ. And all we're going to do is really take out a little bit of the top end here. And then if we bring it with the rest of the track. Right there is how you make the bass from Good Don't Die by Ye and Dolla Sign. If you have a question on this, we can go chat in the comment section below this video. If you have any suggestions for future videos, let me know down below as well. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this one. We'll catch you on the next one. Later. Peace.